Hello, everybody. Hope you all are doing well. Welcome back to the Great Ace Attorney Chronicles. Now, I think we're supposed to present this to him, because I've only presented this. I think it's one of these. Might be one of these. Well, this one's for the box, so maybe we can use this to check the box. Inspector, what do you make of this? Well, we have here then a redemption ticket for an article deposit. Here, is it? Looks like someone ran out of the office stationery and wrote the ticket on whatever piece of paper was handed to them. Yes, this is the ticket from Mr. McGilden's coat. The one that little diver turned up with yesterday. Oh, actually, no, it's not. Really? Think you know better than me, do ya? No, I didn't mean to, Bruno's right, Gregsy. It isn't the same ticket. Of course it isn't. I never doubted you, your ladyship. So what's all this about, then, if I might be so bold as to ask? This is a second ticket. A second ticket? It seems that Mr. McGilden, in fact, had another article in storage here at Winterbanks. Ah, that's right. We needed to see what was in the box. Is that right? I think we need to discuss this further with the inspector, Mr. Naruto. Oh, good, because he's ever so easy to talk to. Alright, I was stuck on this for a while and ended up having to slowly figure it out by presenting every single item. This ticket was in one of the pockets of Mr. McGilden's overcoat. You mean to tell me? Yes, there was more than just the music box disc, it seems. I should have insisted on the lads taking it back to the yard and examining it properly. Well, according to the details on this ticket, Mr. McGilden deposited another article here with Mr. Winterbanks. Yes, I can see it written here. A small box. Was it? Do you have any idea where it is, Gregsy? Any idea at all? It's another article belonging to Mr. McGilden. It could be an important clue. Well, yes, I suppose it could be. Please stop looking at me with those big turquoise eyes, all full of hope and expectation. It's too much pressure. I'll lose my marbles. I would go barking. There's no time for dog impressions, Inspector. That's enough of sauce from you, Sunshine. There is one thing that springs to mind. According to this ticket, the redemption deadline's already passed, hasn't it? Oh yes, of course. Articles only held for 2 months. So the small box will no longer be in here then. That's right, it's been forfeited. Which means it could be on the shelves in the front of the shop where the forfeited items are offered for sale. Yes, the shelves in front. We must search through them at once. You're wasting your time. Oh? There are dozens of little boxes there, hundreds even. We can't possibly know which one might have been Mr. McGilden's. That information is not written in the ledger. Well, I think we should at least have a look just in case. Of course, your ladyship, of course. Very sensible of you, I'm sure. This is getting old. Nope. Dong dong. Dong dong. I'm a clock. Dong dong. Ah! I nearly jumped out of my skin there. How can Mr. Winterbanks set such a wicked trap? I doubt that he's set out to scare anyone. Is that really the time? I think perhaps we should pay Gina another visit. Oh. Her trial is tomorrow. We must establish whether or not we will be defending her. I think we should ask her one more time. She may have changed her mind. Don't you remember, Ryuno? You told her she could rip up the representation papers if she didn't want you to be her lawyer. Really? Did I say that? Yes, you did. The deadline for submitting the paperwork is fast approaching. In that case, we better hurry back to the prison and talk to Gina again. Oh, no time to look for that box, it seems. We gotta head over to the prison. This is where I went to last time, expecting to show her stuff. But that didn't happen because I was missing one more piece of evidence or detail. 16th April, 5:41 p.m. Local prison cell 13. Ah, Gina, good. You're back. Ah. Police must have finished questioning her then. Oh, how was it, Guinea? Was it awful? Oh. Didn't bother me. Thank you for the papers you signed before. It meant we were able to investigate at Winterbanks. Oh, right. It's not saying anything, which is weird. Don't you want to know what we got on? We've been ever so busy. What's the point in asking? What changed? What everyone's saying that I did? That's not... Gina, we came to ask for your final decision. What decision? About tomorrow's trial. Will you let me defend you or not? I must submit the paperwork now if you'd like Mr. Naruto to represent you. Right, I see. She's really lost her fight all of a sudden. But I know what the feeling's like. The worry is just so hard to bear. Alright, can we talk to her? It's all very quiet. Alright then, blimey. Give it a rest with them eyes, Iris. So come on then, fill us in. Who done it? Unfortunately, we don't know that yet. You don't say. We don't know yet, Gina. But Miss Naruto and all of us know that you are innocent of this crime. And while we haven't yet managed to work out who the real culprit is, there are a number of interesting facts we have managed to establish. Oh yeah? Like what? Well, for example, the reason you are being there in the first place, I think you know why you broke into Winterbanks that night. It looks like I'm going to have to take some evidence that clearly reveals the reason, and thrust it into Gina's face. Or I could present it to her calmly, I suppose. Yeah, we'll do it calmly. We'll do it calmly indeed. Yeah, we're just gonna grab these piles of papers and shove it in her face! Okay, that wasn't as exciting as it was gonna be. We found this at Mr. Winterbank's storeroom. The manuscript of Iris's latest story. Ah. Oh, right. Well, that's good then. Curiously, the storeroom at Winterbank showed no signs of being ransacked for items of value or like that. With one exception. The box file that housed this manuscript. It was you, wasn't it, Gina, who broke open the box containing the manuscript that last night? You were determined to find out whether or not the Hound of the Baskervilles was really there. That's the real reason you broke into the storeroom last night, isn't it? Why don't you tell us what happened, please? Alright, let's talk about that since we're already on that topic. Alright, yeah. This Baskerville story is the latest Sholmes Adventures, right? But it ain't been printed yet. So I figured it's gotta be worth a few pieces of silver, right? Oh yes, at least 5,000 pounds. What? So you intended to sell Iris's manuscript, did you? No, Guinea, how could you? What? Wait, no, hang on. Of course I wasn't gonna sell it. All I wanted to do was find out if the manuscript or not, whatever you call it, was really there or not. That's the reason I was in there in the first place. For Iris' sake, isn't it that right? We knew why you done it from the start, Gina. Of course we did. But I knew you wouldn't do anything like that, Guinea. I just knew it. Well, when I saw the manuscript in the store, it reminded me of what you'd said the night before. Grown-ups do a lot worse than that, believe me. Barefaced liars, the lot of them. You just ain't realized it yet. I'm telling you, that mental script ain't at Winterbanks. You soon see if you look. If I'm honest, I have wondered if Hurley's telling me the truth sometimes. I mean, that I sometimes wonder if he might be hidden my manuscript somewhere I don't know. Even though it's wrong for me to doubt him. Oh, Guinea, that was so sweet of you. Alright, alright. I'll tell you what I did. Just stop looking at me like that, Iris. It weren't because of Iris. That's not why I did it. I just wanted to know the truth, that's all. You wanted to know if Mrs. Sholmes was being honest, if he'd really deposited the manuscript at Winterbanks. It's like I told you the night before. I never had a father. But Iris's lot ain't like mine. She's got her dad, only she can't see him. And I reckon that's gotta be harder. That's why she writes her stories. They're about her dad, really. That's what it sounded like to me anyways last night when I was listening to what you were saying. Stories about Daddy? You mean they're not the adventures of the great detective? So much as the adventures of a great detective and his trusty partner. Well, that's how I see it, yeah. You're so thoughtful. It's so kind, Guinea. Yes, and we never thought any differently, did we? Look, give it a rest, will you? I ate this chummy nonsense, do you? I ate it. I don't trust no one. That's how it works. Because if I don't trust no one can let me down. So leave me alone. Go on, Scrapper. I hadn't noticed until now, but it's unmistakable right there on both her sleeves of that overcoat. Some very suspicious red stains. What? Why are you looking at me like that? I think it might be worth presenting some of our other findings in that area to Gina now. Let's talk about the representation in court first. We already have the representation papers and other documents we need. All we have to do is hand them in to the court clerk. That is, if you'll allow me to represent you in court tomorrow. This is gonna be indecisive, isn't she? Nah, don't bother. Ah, yeah, there we go. Kitty, rip him up, chuck him, would ya? Them represent papers or whatever you call it. The cell ain't fancy enough to have a bin. So, what will you do in court tomorrow? I'll be fine on my own. I don't think you will be. Look, I don't matter. What's gonna happen is gonna happen. This is one stubborn pickpocket. Alright, well, let us present... What are we presenting again? What did she want? I kind of just blinked out on what she wanted. Let's do one by one then, because I kind of blinked out on what she wanted. Do you see this pawnbroker's ticket, Gina? It's the one you took to Winterbanks, isn't it? The one for the black overcoat that you're wearing? What that? I don't know. They all look the same to me, those tickets. Surely not. Well, this one has a very obvious mark on it that you would appear to be blood. Eh? Does that ring any bells? I don't know, it all looks the same to me, blood. And they all sound the same to me. These answers suspicious. How about this one? Can we present this one? Here, Gina, look at this. Nata. I wasn't saying you could have it. Oh, weren't you? Well, when someone asks if I can have stuff, it makes me want to see it. You better hand it over. No, I'm not giving it to you. Okay, well, let's see. Blood sample portfolio, maybe? Those stains on the sleeves of your new coat, Gina, they're blood, aren't they? What? Blood, Mr. Naruto? You don't appear to have any obvious wounds yourself, though. So it could be blood that splattered from window banks when he was shot last night. Let's not beat around the bush here. This trusty friend of mine will get results much faster than anything else. And take it easy, Iris. Don't move, Guinea. I'm going to shoot. Alright, what color are they? Purple. Oh, the Mason, dude. Oh. Oh my. What the? Forget the sleeves. The whole coat is covered in blood. Of course. The black color of the fabric is making the stains. That's why we haven't seen them until now. And the blood has reacted with the chemicals to turn it a purple color, which matches one of the samples we already collected perfectly. Yes, now let's see who had the purple blood. Ah, yes, it was the brick maker, Mr. Mason, the victim of the murder case 2 months ago. I knew it. What are you all about? The victim? What do you mean? It's a rather uncomfortable situation, Mr. Naruto. But I think it makes things quite clear. It means the omnibus case is finally solved. The truth about who really murdered the brick maker, Mr. Mason, is revealed. Oi! Would someone explain what's going on? Stop telling me F stories. Conversation? There we go. We can see now that the victim's blood is all over Mr. McGilden's coat. But in the trial 2 months ago... the defendant said this in his testimony. Oh, she really wrote everything down. Now I ask yous, what good-hearted soul wouldn't rush to help a fella bleeding from his stomach? I wasn't about to start worrying about me gloves now, was I? I reached out to give the man a hand. If you look at this overcoat now, it's clear these stains could have arisen from Mr. McGilden trying to pull the victim to his feet. Now, if that was what had happened really, the blood wouldn't have splashed all over the front of the coat. The only explanation for this pattern of blood is that it splattered over Mr. McGilden's coat when he stabbed the victim in the stomach. I've tried to run from the truth for long enough, but there's no escaping it now. The true culprit in that case, Mr. Mason's killer, was Magnus McGilded. Damn, and the truth finally comes out. Mr. Naruto, that horrible case is solved at last, and I helped the man walk free from that trial. I used all that twisted testimony and all that sham evidence to prove his innocence. How could I have let that happen? Bruno, did you believe in him though? Did you believe Mr. McGilden was innocent? I believed. Or rather, I think I was trying to believe. I wanted to. Because believing in those who you represent in court, is a defense lawyer's greatest weapon. A weapon? Before we came to Great Britain, a great friend of mine taught me a valuable lesson. You mean Kazuma-sama? Listen, Ryunosuke. We lawyers are only human. We can't know for sure what is the truth and what is a lie. Which is why we must resort to our primary weapon. An unwavering belief in our client. It's all we really have. Unwavering belief. Only when we truly believe what our clients tell us can we fight with everything we have for their cause. In any battle, there can be no victory without faith. So I believe you, unwaveringly. What's funny, Gina? Of course, sounds like in this empire of Japan you come from, everyone must be soft. Well, come on, look at this mess I got you into, believing in that bugger trotter. Yes, I inadvertently helped a murderer walk free. Well, at least you learned your lesson now, eh? Believing in people never's worth it. Someone always stabs you in the back in the end. As soon as you let down your guard, you add it. Take a leaf out of my book. Believe no one, get hurt by no one. Gina, may I ask you something? What? I'd just like to make absolutely sure. What would you like us to do with these representation papers tomorrow for tomorrow's trial? How many times do I have to say it? Rip them up and chuck them away. Are you really sure that's what you want? I bet that's what he wants and all now, Mr. I'm a believer lawyer. Don't forget, it was me in the trial 2 months ago. I'd led everyone up in the garden path, didn't I? And you're telling me you can believe in me after all that? Not likely. Well, Mr. Naruto, a lawyer's primary weapon is an unwavering belief in his client. Ultimately, it comes down to whether or not I feel I can trust Gina after everything that's happened. Gina, let me say it again. Please allow me to represent you in tomorrow's trial. Eh? Are you after debate? Not at all. You've not once admitted to committing the crime, have you? What's more, I believe that you're telling me the truth. Seriously, Mr. Naruto? Didn't you hear all what I said before? I'm a born liar. Fibs just trip off me tongue. And I'm a diver, don't forget. I pulled the wool over your eyes 2 months ago and got you into all sorts of trouble. Why would you ever trust me now? I just don't get it. Gina? I do understand why you choose not to put your trust in others. But I assure you there's more to this life than you yet realize. What do you mean? The world we live in is full of people you would do very well to trust. People who won't ever let you down. Eh? It's true that I'm just a student of law, and I'm certainly lacking in courtroom experience. But I can promise you this. Whatever happens, until my very last breath, I'm completely on your side. What do you expect me to say that? Then it's decided. I will take these papers now and carry out the necessary preparations for tomorrow's trial. It would be a shame to throw them away now after it's been penned with your name so beautifully. Do what you like. You Eastern lot are... I don't know what you are. I don't get ya. Alright, well that's settled. What do we move on to now? Gina's taken herself off the back of her cell. She never admitted, but I hope she's feeling relieved. That turned out alright in the end, I think. Oh, is that the end of this? Oh, no, we're not done here. Whoever's hiding there, show yourself at once. Each dropping in the heights of cowardice. Miss Sato? Somebody is there in the shadows, I can sense it. Somebody who wasn't there before. What? Blimey, you're sharp, eh? Oh, him. I suppose you were using one of those mystic Japanese arts, like the art of stealth I've heard so much about. If anyone's being stealthy, it was you, Inspector. Gregsy! Oh dear me, I am most terribly sorry, your ladyship. I didn't mean to startle you. How long have you been listening in our conversation? Good grief, listening in? No. I just got word that there's been some visitors who were refusing to leave even though it was after hours. I assure you, your ladyship, I only just arrived. This is very minute, not a moment later. Earlier. That's all it is. Nothing untoward, nothing at all. After us? Is it that late already? So then, I'll humbly excuse myself now, your ladyship. Ta-ta, toodaloo, cheerio, all the best, bye-bye, bye-bye. And that's a lot of farewells, not one of them appropriate for her ladyship. Oh, but I wanted to have a chat. I'm terribly sorry, but time is pressing at the minute. Oh, I see. That's a shame. If we don't get this mercy as the Supreme Court dealt with sharpest, the Lord of Shanghai we will. Emergency? Lord Strongheart. Nothing, forget it, I said nothing. Anyway, I'm off. Alright, Gregsy, if you have to, but let's chat soon. Delighted, Chum, can't wait. If you please, my pleasure. That's a lot of pleasantries. Not one of them sounded sincere. Gregsy's so funny. He says so much silly things. It's certainly entertaining to see an inspector of the police fawning to a 10-year-old girl. But anyway, I wonder what this emergency is at the Supreme Court. I must attend the court clerk's office now before it closes. Yes, of course. Thank you, Mr. Sato. Kindly escort Iris home now, Miss Naruto. I shall meet you there later. And so our investigations came to an end. Susato-san went to file the necessary papers for my defense of Gina the following day. And then it hit me. I could no longer suppress the wretched feeling that I had been gnawing away at my insides. Tomorrow, Susato-san would be leaving Britain and making her way back to Japan. Alright, this is where we're going to stop this part here. So, in the next part, we'll probably start the trial. So thank you all so much for watching. Remember to like, comment, share, subscribe. And until then, I will see you all later. Goodbye.